Every once in a while, there's a Transformers repaint that's so cool, yet so obscure, you feel like you're the only person that really cares about it and really wants it. And that's how I felt about this Walmart exclusive Dark of the Moon Sideswipe. And I'd been looking everywhere for it. I'd never seen it anywhere online. It was kind of a little too expensive for my liking, so I was really holding out. And then I went to the toy headquarters in Lexington, Kentucky, right before they moved to the newer building, right before, and they were doing a big, sale on all their toys to, I think it was 30% off everything, to just kind of have less inventory to move to the new location. And I looked in the Transformers case, and I didn't see anything. And I'm like, there's a couple things in there that I might want, but not that big of a deal. And I kept walking. And I'm like, you know what, let me circle back around, just let me look again. And I looked, and I'm like, wait! How did I miss that? In the case was the Walmart exclusive Deluxe Sideswipe. Here it is. This is one of my favorite redecos ever. This is my favorite movie Sideswipe toy, one of my favorite Sideswipe molds as well, because this is a retool of Sidearm Sideswipe. You may notice the arms on the sides. Yes, this was I believe, Hunt for the Decepticons mold. Obviously, Hunt for the Decepticons, one of, if not the best, movie-based Transformers toy line. It produced so many absolutely legendary toys, and the Sidearm Sideswipe mold was one of those. It's really, really cool. Either that or it was late Revenge of the Fallen. Either way, both of those lines were legendary. And I've always wanted this redeco because of Theo Adams. He did a review of this years and years ago on his channel, and when I started collecting, I was over the moon with this color scheme, and I wanted this toy really, really bad. And now I have it, after well over 10 years after seeing that video. I'm very, very happy with this. First of all, let's get these little guns out. You can see there is a way to get these little panels out, and you can attach the guns, and I think that's really cool, but we don't need to do that right now. We can take those out and close those panels up, because the car, number one, is such an amazing color scheme. Blue and yellow, so striking. Like the perfect color scheme for a race car. It's so nice. Massive Autobot symbol on the front, that looks really impressive. 04 right there. And then there's tons of little Easter eggs on this car. There's tons, and I'm going to do my best to point them all out. We have Lithuanian drivetrain right there. Right there it has Axelon rat traps. Underneath that it says safe, humane, yeah, right. Sunbro, because Sideswipe is Sunstreaker's bro. We also have a very, very cool logo right there. I'm kind of blanking on what that is. That's what that is right there. That's cool. We have McAdams. Good old McAdam is having a little reference on this toy. On the other side, Sunbro, rat traps, Lithuanian drivetrain. Yeah, very, very cool little Easter eggs there. I didn't explain all of them. I'll leave it to you. And also, I forget what that logo is. I can't remember everything. I'm sorry. But yeah, this alt mode is sick. I love this alt mode. You can see the transformation has some very typical Sideswipe activities going on, especially with the legs, but some stuff is very, very surprising. If you're not familiar with this mold, let's just say, I think this is better than the Studio Series. And I do have the Studio Series in robot mode. I'll do a robot mode comparison, because especially when it comes to how they manage their kibble, Studio Series definitely could have done a lot better. Definitely could have. Alrighty, let's get this guy transformed into the robot mode, because I think that's where this guy surprisingly shines even more. Alright, so getting this guy transformed, we do still have the big Sideswipe panels on the sides that are definitely always more than welcome. It's just a part of the design. Let's get the arms out. The arms are pretty standard Sideswipe fare. And then the legs too. We can get these legs out and down. And this is where things start changing a lot. So we'll rotate the feet, and he has these little pincers for being able to stand up on his wheel feet. And then his legs have the whole digitigrade thing. But as you can see, there's like this piston in there. When you move that, it kind of adds the little detail. Unfortunately, that does mean that you're not really going to get any knee articulation, but given the design, who really cares? I know, I really don't. Alright, what's next? So this whole back assembly is going to rotate. And when this rotates, head reveal! Isn't that so cool? I think it's really cool how they did that. And then we'll take the chest, and move this down over the windshield, because yes, the windshield all kind of goes inside the body. So does the hood. The hood actually goes inside the stomach. And then this front panel will go down and attach to the waist right there. So that locks all that into place. And then his little, you know, exhaust things behind his head will be right there. We can pluck his head out, and having that a little bit more forward. This will tab in right there. Backpack gets a little bit more collapsed. And then these panels, I feel like you can just kind of do whatever you really want with them. I personally just like them sticking up a little bit, having that silhouette, that Sideswipe silhouette. And then once we move the shoulders up, we can go ahead and take these arm panels and move them in, and then get the hands flipped out. So that way the arm is actually pretty enclosed, looking pretty nice. Yeah, this is just the best Sideswipe. I don't care what anyone says, this is the best Sideswipe. The best color scheme, the best sculpt, the best transformation. Not the best articulation, but in my book, who really cares? This is the best movie Sideswipe toy. I mean, look at this. Look at the back. Look at this. Look at the color scheme. This is incredible. Let's go ahead and get his sidearms in. We can go ahead and flip out these little extra bits. Get him in his hands right there. Looking cool, looking cool. Definitely loving that. If I have any complaint, I wish these arm panels would actually like tab in better. They just kind of rest there. But they do a great job of filling out the arm. I think that, oh no, I moved it too much. And now it's breakdancing on the desk. I do think the arm does a great job of looking really enclosed and filled in. And then here we go. Here is our sidearm Sideswipe, totally armed up in his robot mode, in his incredible color scheme, Dark of the Moon Walmart exclusive. This is incredible. Look at this head, man. Look at this yellow Sideswipe head with the silver mouth plate. That looks incredible. Seeing Sideswipe in yellow and blue is just so good. And I just think how the top of the car and the windshield kind of forms into the chest. Now the back of the car still forms a chest in the natural Sideswipe way. He still has the really cool little wings on the back. And his back is just nice and clean. It's just that one panel that is really nicely, tightly compact, because so much of the car kind of folds in on itself into the body. It is such a clever transformation. It's so clever. The arms, like I said, have a great use of the front of the car. Like, it has the nice bulk. It has the nice enclosed look. It just looks so good. The legs, even though they don't really make up any of the vehicle except the wheels, those are still movie Sideswipe legs. I love the little piston detail. And I personally think that is worth getting rid of the knee articulation. Like, I'm fine with it. You can still kind of articulate the knees, but you can see it pretty much just straightens the leg. It's all it does. You do have ankle articulation, though. You can articulate the ankles with the transformation hinge. It still has the Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe thing, where it has ball joints at the hips, but then it has like the little pistons to kind of replicate that look. And I think that looks really cool. You always have to be careful not to snap them or anything, but it looks so good, dude. This is just such a great Sideswipe. And these colors, I can't get over how awesome these colors look. It's just so impressive, man. I can't get over the look. It's so nice. For his articulation, he has a very good ball joint at the head. Moves up like all of the way. Moves down a little bit. Not really any tilt, but you have a little bit. You can also use that transformation hinge if you want to, but it only just works a little bit. You have a hinge and a ball joint at the shoulders. So you pretty much have full range at the shoulders. You have a bicep swivel. Really nice elbow bend, but you also have wrist articulation for the transformation. So the wrist moves up and down, and I think that looks really nice. Like, there's certain poses where it just looks really good with that wrist kind of pointed down with the gun. Like, that looks cool. That just looks really nice, dude. It's just so good. Nothing at the waist. You already saw the ball joints at the hips. They move pretty well. You do kind of have a thigh swivel as well. Then the knees, you've seen, they straighten, they don't really bend. And then the ankles can rotate for transformation, but also for posing stability if you see fit. And then the stems on the back are on hinges and ball joints to get those posed any way you want. You can have them pointed down if you want. Just whatever tickles your fancy, I suppose. So before I end this video, I have to bring in the Revenge of the Fallen Studio Series version. It's a very nice looking figure, but I feel like this sidearm mold just does such a better job, in my opinion. So bringing in that Studio Series Deluxe, as you can see, it's smaller. It's a Studio Series Autobot, what do you expect? But I feel like, you know, the paint looks great, the sculpt looks great, but I think this sidearm mold looks a lot better, especially once you start rotating them around. Because the Studio Series has a lot of the car on the back, where the sidearm mold is able to handle those car parts a lot better. I mean, you can see all of that is pretty much either inside the torso or the arms on the sidearm. That's on the back and the sidearm. But you also have the windshield tucked back there as well, and that's by the chest on the sidearm. So there's just so many elements that are just tucked in the back on the Studio Series that I feel like are handled so much more cleverly and intelligently on a toy that came out, I'd say, a good nearly 10 years before, maybe a little less. But yeah, dude, I mean, I love movie Sideswipe. The Studio Series 1 definitely still has a place in my collection, as this is the movie-accurate Sideswipe that's on my main Michael Bay movie shelf. But this one's going to be front and center on the more fun shelf for Michael Bay Transformers toys. You know, those wacky Hunt for the Decepticons guys, the weird repaints. That's where he's going to go. He's going to go on my fun shelf. There you go, guys. That's pretty much it. There's my look at the Dark of the Moon Deluxe Walmart Exclusive Sideswipe, which is a repaint of the Sidearm Sideswipe mold. I love this guy so much. It's definitely my favorite movie Sideswipe toy in my collection. The color scheme is just so great. All the little Easter eggs and everything. Axelon Rat Trap, Sunbro, McAdams, all the other ones. It's just so fun. I love when Transformers just makes these toys that are just fun. You know, this toy doesn't exist for any other reason than to just be a super fun repaint. I'm sure for some collectors, they'll see this and they're like, yeah, this is my movie Sunstreaker. You know, the fact that he has that yellow on him, sure, why not? Make this your movie verse Sunstreaker. And then get the Swerve, and that'll be your, you know, actual G1 Sideswipe. I don't know. It's definitely really cool. I really enjoy this guy. Definitely one of my favorite iterations of Sideswipe right here. This toy is so great. Let me know what you guys think about it, though. Have you ever seen this one before? If so, is this one that you think you'd track down someday? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Alrighty, guys. There you go. There's my thoughts. Special shout out to channel members, as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.